from each source which one is your most expensive source and which one is your best source. Ideally, you will see if you have a couple of different sources, there's probably 80% of it that's just a waste of time. I'm always compiling. I know what the end goal is, but I'm always saving notes. Obviously, you can see the SWOT files and things that I share. Finally get to share the thing, but imagine daily I'm like adding to it. That way you're adding these ideas and things to it. You know, you hire the implementer, you say you have clarity on all those things, and you have that vision of where you want to be set up for you. You're building it out as you go along. You're planning it as you go along, and then in one shot, you're delegating it out.
Welcome to my legal academy, helping lawyers work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life.
Okay, so I've been doing estate planning for quite a long time, but a long time. I passed the bar in 2000, so I'm aging myself here. I have my own solo practitioner firm, and not what I would call the most modern. So my vision was always to have this separate practice, completely virtual, automated, essentially. So my question is now, I have accelerated marketing working on my Google LSA. So I kind of have to make this decision now. Do I just start with one area, or do I do estate planning and probate? And then part two is I'm still holding on to my old firm, mostly because of it's 100% referral based. And I just haven't, I guess, felt confident to let go of it yet. So essentially I have two questions.
Great. But before you make that transition, you need some things. You need to make sure you check off these things. One is the manager, a director, a implementer, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. Just somebody who oversees your old life is using the SOP that was shared. And then somebody essentially with business management, marketing, those general kind of things. And ideally, if they have some experience, 5-10 years of experience, it's that kind of person, kind of more macro. Here's what I have going right now. I want you to grow it beyond where it is now. These are all my client sources. These are my lead stuff, my client stuff. I want you to manage the whole thing and get us to, let's say we're 50K a month. I want us to get to 70K a month by July this year. This is key. All of my law firms, before I move on to the next one, they need to have one of these people, or else I can't start off the end of the one until I have this person who can just see it. Somebody's not seeing it, then just imagine it just withers away. So that's first thing. So for that, make a goal. So today's April 14th. Let's just say by May 14th, you will have a manager. I do have a job offer template for this. It's kind of essentially grow the revenue, track everything, make sure I have monthly P&L statements so I know what's going on, and grow it. Very macro stuff. Nothing, there's no tasks. It's like big picture. Go manage people and grow it. That's it. Every law firm needs one of these. Two is you need tracking. You need to know the numbers. Essentially, it's how much does it cost to generate a client and what's the average value per client. You need to kind of either yourself or one of the first things this manager does is gets your entire business down to these numbers. All this marketing that we're doing, how much does it cost us? And on the back end, how much we're making per client. That way you can see how much wiggle room you have. You're in a tight space? We're in a tight space, okay, well, you need to optimize some things and kind of maximize on what you do have. Now, if you have like a 30%, 40% profit margin, something that you can invest, okay, great. Can we take whatever that's working best? Can we spend more money on that? Kind of gives you some leeway to invest more into what works best. Also, while you're doing this, then you will see from each source which one is your most expensive source and which one is your best source. Ideally, you will see if you have a couple of different sources, there's probably 80% of it that's just a waste of time and money. A lot of people they say, well, it's $500 for this much, but don't forget, time is a resource too. It's not just $500. Also, not only was it $500, but it was also 3 hours of your time per week, which is a lot more than $500. So when you do that, make sure basically for each client source, break it down. What's the average cost to generate a client? You'll see, let's say Google Ads will be, let's say 1,000. Google LSA will be about 750. Okay, so those are good. Those are profitable. But SEO that I've been paying 2K a month. I have no idea. Yeah, well, maybe these ideally you want to grow things that are clear. So these are clear, but this one I have no idea. So I'll probably cut this out, put this money back into here. But the big picture is basically know your numbers. And then third is before you hand it off, it's like, what's the lowest hanging fruit to double the law firm? When you get really granular about the numbers and look at what's going on, then you'll see, you get clarity on the client sources, the people, all these different things. Essentially, you're going to find the inefficiencies in your law firm and eliminate them, and then simply like double down on what's working well. You just do that simple, the easiest way to just double things, just cut out the fat, double what's already working well. You do that, you have clarity in numbers, everything becomes clear. You have somebody who can oversee it. That person also has a goal of where they need to be. At that point, okay, now I feel at ease to go focus on the second one. And in order for this to happen, you need to have days of the week and time scheduled in your calendar dedicated to just this. This is probably the most important part of all this, Colleen. So Colleen, what is day of the week and time of the day to focus on? What is that time for you?
Yeah, Monday mornings for sure, between 9 and lunchtime. So usually 12:30 1.
Perfect. And give me one more day.
Well, Friday mornings.
Perfect.
Mondays and Fridays, I don't see clients.
Go make that a recurring time. And based on this, make a date goal for each of these. We'll hire this person by May 14th. I will get clear on this by the end of May. And I will know with clarity what's the lowest hanging fruit, so I can double everything. You do this, then you have the green light.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're a lawyer and you're looking to work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life, right below this video, you'll find a link to book a call to speak to my team so we can tell you how we've been able to help over 500 law firm owners scale their law firm. Now back to the video.
I'm always compiling. I know what the end goal is, but I'm always saving notes. Obviously, you can see the swap files and things that I share. Finally get to share the thing, but imagine daily I'm like adding to it. Oh, I have some client sources. Oh, Sam talked about this. Okay, I'm gonna add that here. Oh, CRM, I need to have this CRM. You created like a one page somewhere, Google Doc, Evernote, iPhone notes. That way you're adding these ideas and things to it. That way when you give, how you hire the implementer, you say you have clarity on all those things. And you have that vision of where you want to be set up for you. You're building it out as you go along. You're planning it as you go along, and then in one shot, you're delegating it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That book, I've been mentioning this book a lot, Building a Second Brain.
Sam, it may be actually worth reaching out to that guy because I think he's in Long Beach. If you'd be interested in like talking about second brain for lawyers.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, cool. But I already know what it is. This one, I shared it in the my legal academy. It comes down to this.
I see.
This is the most important part. I struggle with this too because I was always stuck in this. I don't know which tool is best, so I never committed to one. But I learned from him that there's 4 types of brains. There's the librarian who just saves notes. There's the architect who's kind of like a little bit more grand, the details over here. Then there's the gardener, which is kind of like the visual person, like charts and stuff. And then there's the student, which is like the simple, just iPhone notes. So once you figure out what that is based on the notes that I just put in the chat, then those are the tools for it. I realized very obvious for me, I'm a librarian. Mike Smith is, I believe, an architect. There might be some of you guys that are gardeners that are more visual, but find out which one you are. And then you get on that, and you just over time, the book tells you how to kind of categorize things. But over time, you're building out this thing. And the reason why also when I jumped on this onto Evernote is because I know AI is going to be incorporated into all these tools, especially these data tools. So I want to build out my own data source. That way, literally when AI is released for Evernote, then it's able to go into all my notes and pull out insights and pull out information that I could use. So start building that out if you haven't already. I think I mentioned this before. So yeah, but that's the gist of the book is this. So Colleen, please make a note. Give me post an update by May 14th on this podcast. Yeah, but that's it. Stick to this. Nothing else matters. Nowhere nearly as much.